Hey guys, welcome to Cheap Guitar Reviews. I'm Cody. I've got on my super stinky hoodie. I was working on the roof yesterday. I had to put my hat on because my bald head is way too shiny in the videos I've discovered. So I'm going to be wearing my hat, not because I'm cool or anything, but I decided for my first guitar, for Cheap Guitar Reviews, it would be the cheapest guitar that I own. At least the cheapest guitar that I paid my money for. I like to play in my recliner because my back is broken. My beautiful wife bought me this awesome recliner that has heat and massage in it, and it really has extended my days, so to speak. So I needed a little guitar that was easy to play while I was in the recliner. My full-size guitars are a little too bulky, a little too cumbersome. So I went online and looked, and was looking for reviews for this guy and found a few. But this is the Mitchell MM100 guitar. It's cheap, really cheap. I got it on the stupid deal of the day, if you know what that is, and I'm sure most of you do. I paid 60 bucks for it, brand new. Matter of fact, I just pulled the plastic off because I've done nothing to this guitar. Most of the guitars that you're going to see in my videos, I've already set the intonation, polished the frets. Very few of the guitars that I've bought didn't need some work done to them. The frets, almost all the frets have been polished. I've done nothing to this guitar. Literally, this is how it came out of the box. I wanted to show you too, it came with a free chip, if you can see that right there. Yeah, no extra cost for the chip. A few of the things that I want to tell you about this guitar. One, I don't hate it. It's not a complete bag of crap for 60 bucks. I was actually very surprised by this guitar in a lot of ways. I'll go over those as we move along. It is a string-through body, which I was impressed with for 60 bucks. I mean, I saw it online that it was a string-through body, but I thought, well, maybe not. I think it's 9s that came on it. I normally play 10s, 11s, and when I had Gibsons, I played with 12s. Not because I'm Stevie Ray Vaughan, but because I am a drummer playing guitar and I tend to mash the strings completely into the wood. Yeah, I play like a gorilla. So I play with really thick strings normally, and I'm pretty sure these are 9s that came on this. They may be 10s, but I don't think so. And it could just be the short scale that's throwing me off. The first thing, though, with this guitar is how hard it is to get this cord into this jack. I don't know if you can see it, but it's slanted. Hopefully you can get a shot of that. It's slanted how you have to put the cable in there, and it is not easy to get the cable into the guitar. I have no doubts it's safe, it's secure, and I guess if you were going to put it through a strap, it might work, but it seems like it's going to short the cord out. So I'm not crazy about this design. But it's 60 bucks. I'm playing through my trusty Fender Champion 40. I absolutely love this amp. And I've played very expensive amps. I have some really, really cheap amps that I'm going to be reviewing. But I love this amp. It's light. I think it weighs 17 pounds. I did put an eminent speaker in it. But it does pretty much everything you could ask of an amp. It will get loud enough to get over drums, if you're wondering. I put wheels on it, again, just because my back is broken, and I'll do a review of this amp later, but this review isn't about the amp. It is about the Mitchell MM100. I guess this is a 3/4 size guitar, and it's not a bad looking guitar. And when I tell you I just pulled the plastic off the pickups, I literally just pulled the plastic off the pickups there. This is the plastic that just came off the pickups. I've played it a little bit, not a whole lot, just enough to kind of get a feel for it. Now, I've not done any setup on this at all. I've not polished the frets, I've not set the intonation. Matter of fact, I haven't even put it on a tuner. I just kind of tuned it to itself. So, and what you're going to hear when it's out of tune isn't really the guitar. It's me pressing these really light strings way too hard. So, having said that, let's start clean. Oh, when I say I haven't polished the frets, they're not terrible. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that. they're not super grindy, super rough, which surprised me because I have guitars I've paid way more than $60 for that were in a super need of polishing. Let me put it like that. So we'll start clean on the bridge pickup. I will tell you another thing that I'm impressed with this guitar about is the controls. Both the volume and tone knob actually work and make a difference. So I was surprised about that. But the MM100 is far, light years better than the first guitars I had way back when in the Jurassic age. That cost a lot more too, by the way. Okay, so we're going to start on the bridge pickup, volume and tone wide open. And rolling back the tone about halfway. And the tone all the way back. A little bit up. Alright, go into the middle position. Not bad. It's not a bad guitar. It definitely does not sound terrible. Rolling the tone about halfway back. Then the tone all the way back. Again, I can tell you, I've got guitars that I've paid way more for where the tone and the volume do absolutely nothing. Or nothing until you get to either end of the range. Alright, moving to the bridge pickup. Clean, everything wide open. The tone about halfway back. And the tone all the way back. Again, my playing's incredible, right? Okay, now I'll put a little reverb and delay on this. The tap tempo does not stay on the amp. You have to redo it every time you turn it off and on. It doesn't store it. That's one of my peeves about the amp, but again, I'll get to that when we get to the amp review. That's the neck pickup. Middle position, everything wide open. And the bridge pickup, same thing. Look, I know I'm great, and if you want to hire me for your band, no, I'm kidding. Okay, so going dirty with it, we'll stay on the bridge pickup. By the way, I'm on the English setting, which I think is supposed to be the Marshall tone on this guy. But it's not, it's not distorted, like heavy distortion. It's more just an overdrive, which is kind of where I like it. Because this guitar actually is responsive enough to clean up dirty when you roll back the volume. I'll show you that here in a second. Well, let's go ahead and show you now. When you're playing, you can actually roll the volume back. And it cleans up. Which I did not expect. Okay, rolling the tone back about halfway. And then the tone all the way back. So there you go. All right, middle position. And neck position. Now putting a little reverb and delay on it. Again, we'll stay in the neck position. We'll go middle position. And finally, bridge position, dirty with effects. About the best lead you're going to get from me. Just to kind of show you that, yeah, it does do leads all right. Look, my takeaway from this guitar is if I had to do a gig and was in a pinch and had no other guitar than this one, it would work. I could make it work. The neck feels really good. The action needs to be lowered, more so on the low E than the high E. The high E is actually pretty nice. I'm gonna say it's, you know, it's probably 2 millimeters. The low E, it could come down at least a millimeter and a half, probably. The intonation does need to be set. I'm not looking forward to doing that because of the short scale. I haven't set a lot of short scale guitars intonation. What I am supremely impressed with about this guitar is these guys. The tuners on this thing are incredible for 60 bucks. They are far better than the tuners on guitars I've paid a lot of money for years back. They're smooth. They aren't jerky. They obviously hold the tune pretty well. I honestly considered taking them off of this guitar and putting them on guitars that I like better that have worse tuners. I've decided right now just to leave it as is. It works perfect for what I need it for. By the way, no fret sprout at all. It's not cutting my hands, chopping into my hands. The neck feels really, really good. The profile is nice. It's not like a wizard neck or anything, but it's nowhere near a baseball bat, and it's nothing like a Fender. If you are small in stature, have small hands, this would be a great guitar. If you are just starting out, this would be a great guitar. I'll probably come back and review it after I get it set up and polish the frets just a little bit. Again, they're not bad at all. And when I first started, way back when, if I'd have had a guitar like this to start on, I probably would have played a lot longer and been a lot better. By the way, it does say on the back that it's handcrafted in China. Handcrafted. Yeah, okay. It's like the Chinese Kiesel. It's not. But it's not a bad looking guitar. It's light. It doesn't weigh, it weighs almost nothing, which is one of the things that I take into consideration. I'm going to show you a guitar in later videos that I was kind of building out, and have just decided to give up on it because it is way, way too heavy. I've owned Les Pauls that were lighter than this guitar, and it was a cheap guitar. It was a really cheap guitar, but really, really heavy. So overall, I would say if this comes up on the stupid deal of the day and you can get this thing for, I mean, I would say it would have been a good deal at $100. I think they're normally like $79.99 now, maybe $89.99. Again, I paid $59.99 for it, and it was the stupid deal of the day, and it truly was a stupid deal. Now I just need to find a case for it, or a bag rather, because I'm going to hang on to it. It's not one I'm going to get rid of. It is a decent enough guitar that, again, I would gig with it. Of course, I'm not real particular about when and where I gig. If someone calls me and I think I can stand up for 45 minutes, I'll go do the show. But yeah, the Mitchell MM100. It's got a nice looking headstock too. But yeah, if you find it on the stupid deal of the day, I would suggest picking one up. It does have its faults, but and I will re-review it. I'm going to put some heavier strings on it, set the intonation, polish the frets, and I'll come back and review it again later down the line. But as for now, thank you guys so much for joining me. I've got a lot more reviews on the way, so like and subscribe if you want to tune in for more cheap guitar review videos. I'm Cody. Have yourselves a good one. I'll talk to you next time.